So I want to show you how easy it is to build like a stage intro for yourself using 3 completely separate tracks but layering them using SOLOstudio, creating what is almost in-house editing. So we've got our 3 tracks as you can see right now. I have the Pearl and Dean, I've got new stage intro and act intro. So act intro being my walk-on music. So these haven't been touched, they've just been imported straight into SOLOstudio, and here we go. So let's start with our first track. We're going to go into the settings, and I'm just going to trim that track down to roughly those points. And then I don't need to set fade in and fade out because that's kind of built into the track. I don't need double tap enabled. I do want override. I want it to be the only track when it starts. And that's about it, actually. Oh, no, I want to turn the volume down a little bit because I'm going to layer another track over the top, and I want you to be able to hear that. So I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Then I'm going to go into the next track, which is the new stage intro, which is a voiceover done by a friend of mine who's got one of those voices that sounds brilliant on camera. And as you can see, that's all in there. I'm going to trim that to there, that dead end. And then actually I'm going to do that. But I'm going to set a delay on this one. So I know based on the other track that it's maybe 5 or 6 seconds. So I'm going to set a delay of about 7 seconds. That might be wrong, but we'll give it a go. We'll test it. And then that's on full volume. I don't need fade in and fade out. And then this track, I'm gonna set autoplay next track up on this one as well because I want it to then play my walk-on music. I then need in my intro, my walk-on music, that third one, I'm gonna set fade in 2 seconds. I don't need a delay. I don't need that. I don't need that. That's already got the fade out set on it. Built into the track. I don't need double tap. I think we're good to go. So that looks great to me. I don't need that on there. I don't want override on this one. That's quite important because we want this to play over the top of another track. And if you set override on this voiceover, when the voiceover starts, it will stop other tracks. So we don't want that. So override on the first, not on the second, and not on the third because it's not needed, but the middle one has autoplay. So if I was to test this now, that should play at a good volume. Okay, good. Now, what we need to do here is we want both of these things to trigger at the same time. So I'm going to use a tag, and I'm going to go into the Pearl and Dean, and I'm going to assign tag, and I'm going to assign that tag to that track. And then I'm going to go into my intro and I'm going to assign the same tag. Now, obviously, I'll get the feedback, but I'll get a warning saying, be careful, basically. This is a warning measure that I built in intentionally because you don't want to accidentally trigger loads of music with one tag. However, in this instance, we do because we want to layer them. So, am I sure? Yes, I'm sure. That tag is now assigned to 2 tracks. So, as you can see, both tags are assigned. Now, when I scan this tag, let's see what happens. So I get 2 bits of no feedback. The background music is playing. Then I get the stage intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Sam Fitton.
Because autoplay's on, that kicks in. So you can see immediately how we're very quickly building up this awesome stage intro. I'm going to fade that out. But what I did notice then is it was a bit weird because it kind of the walk-on started before the other one had really finished. So I think I just need to tweak this a little bit with the timings. Let's just go for, I'm just going to see what it looks like on here. So if I run through, I can see that it's at, so I need it to go at about 16. I need about a 10-second delay, I reckon. So I'm going to go into that other track. Yeah, let's say 12 seconds. And then I'm going to put override on that last one. Because now what will happen is, when I scan this, that delay kicks in. We've got our intro music. And now I'm just stood in the wings, looking like an absolute boss. Ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Sam Fitton.
Amazing. And then you walk onto stage, happy days, and there we have it. So you can see how very, very quickly we've just made a complete intro for ourselves, laying multiple music tracks, triggering them with the same tags, and applying those different settings in SOLOstudio to make that happen. Very cool. So that is how I build a stage intro very quickly using SOLOstudio.